think anybody is coming to rescue you. The least you can get or you can have is the right information that shows you the type of mess you are in. Somebody tells you that no matter what, under no these circumstances, Tinubu will do 80 years. Somebody like me will just say amen. Because what else can you do? When majority of you believe that it's already there, it's gotten the power already. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You just have to wait it out. In 16 months, they turn your lives upside down. And to those of you who are the elite, who call yourself the middle class, you know there's no middle anymore. There's no middle ground anymore. The last stroke that is going to break the camel's back for all of you, especially those of you who are benefiting from this rot. Like you have friends or you have members of their political this or that. You are one of those milking the system through the political connection and all that. Very soon, you're going to wake up one morning and they're going to tell all of you that there is actually no money anymore at the central bank for anybody to share. They continue to roll out different fake data. Investors in Lagos, investors in Abuja, investors in this or that. But the truth of the matter is that there is no real investor that is making any real impact in your economy as we speak. And these guys continue, right, to print money. And wherever they can see any forex that falls into the country, they loot it and steal it. And some of you don't know the impact of this, especially on some of you that have small businesses. By the time they are done with you, I think everybody will be asking the similar question. Who can't save us now? You would have to save yourselves. So you can still continue to push and kick the can down the road, pass the blame around, and your fault. Now that one fault, now this person fault, now that's here you get. Keep passing it around until you won't have anybody to pass it on to. I heard that some of those who are artists in Nigeria, the supposed giant of Africa with over 200 million population, that was supposed to be a gold mine for creative art industry, right? Where you have artists. All you have to do is just create something and you have the audience. But the audience is too poor. The audience is too poor, so poor that the number is absolutely like nothing anymore. The number that cannot afford cinema tickets. People are hungry. They are looking for what to eat. You are producing films. Then you probably end up putting it on Netflix. And on that same Netflix, they say, oh, you have Netflix. How many subscribers do you have paying for Netflix from Nigeria with this population? Hang on. How many people are actually watching Netflix in Nigeria? Oh, 80 million. How many of them are paying for Netflix in Nigeria? 2 million. 80 million, 2 million. That's a disaster. And they will continue to make sure to make the place shrink the economic space enough that those who are actually supposed to see you as an investment destination, no, they would rather just come and do charity. Like, you know what I mean? Charity. While Tifnubu and his gang are so busy borrowing left, right, and center, printing money, hiding all of that from you. Not a single of these policies interested in recovering the economy in a way, at least start somewhere. No. All their actions, every action of theirs, right, is to further dip you in that mess. And I just don't know how to put it into words for you. It has become a place where the dog just eats dogs. It has gotten so worse that in my lifetime, I have read more news about ritual killings where people feels like they can actually kill people to make money, or they can exhume or mine skulls to make money because you are living in a place that is not real. Some of you don't even know that. So we know that of the poor people that has increased so much. What about some of you who can still afford things? But somehow, you don't know the danger you are in. If you look back very well, many of those who have turned to paupers today in Nigeria, 5 years, 6 years ago, these people actually had something going for them. Some of them had real job. They had money to take care of themselves. Today, everything is gone, and they are wondering why, how. It's because of the policies of these rogues. They are still happy to tell you that they are floating your naira. The reason why they floated it is because they wanted floating your naira, which means it's a free fall. It's a free for all. And the supposed, middle class in Nigeria, or the elite in Nigeria, they're taking advantage of that, not to kind of benefit the country, no, for their own selfish share. What have you? So if you are still there, maybe very soon you'll begin to hear the news. Maybe some of your banks are already malfunctioning. Where banks, corruption in your banks, where they are now using people's detail to open bank accounts that you don't even know exist, your details. They are using them to kind of open bank accounts so that they can spread some of their money laundering in them in such a way that it will look like they are progressing, or it will look like they are like improving, or they are making profit. The whole collapse will hit everyone hard than you can imagine. Right? It is only in Nigeria where you have a national oil company, NNPC, that bought another private company called Ohando. So NNPC bought Ohando outlets, right? Because they have all these filling stations everywhere. Rather than the NNPC to absorb Ohando into his one of his subsidiaries, no, it is the Ohando that absorbed NNPC, right? So it is now more or less like now Ohando bought NNPC. So this whole GBT, this whole scam, is almost, it's like a cheat that's about to hit the fan. When it does, you probably will be here again asking yourself, who is going to save us? Who is going to rescue us? Nobody's coming to rescue you. So all I have said so far may sound somehow to you, but you can continue to pretend. I do not wish Nigeria bad. The reason why you watch Mayegun's Diary every day is to point to you, the people behind what you call Nigeria's problem. Who are those behind them? And who are those benefiting from them? I come here every now and then to show you who they are. But some of you will rather pretend that you are blind. You are blind by what? By your tribal this, ethnic that, religious this, and religious that. Fine. Everybody is about to kind of be hit by this massive truth. But it will likely be too late. It will likely be too late at the time. So who is going to rescue Nigeria from Tifnumbu? Nigerians will rescue themselves from Tifnumbu when they know the truth. Take a look at this on your screen. The manner at which the National Assembly, who are supposed to be the checks and balancing for those in government, the manner at which they are corruptly looting the country is unprecedented. It's so massive that sometimes you'll be like, is money going out of circulation? Like, what do this guy want to use all this money for, all this fraudulent stuff for? Millions, hundreds of millions, and billions of naira disappearing on fake projects that ordinarily, if they ever existed, like if they ever exist, okay, they will probably make a huge impact on your lives, improve your lives, but they do not exist. Take a look at this one. The Federal Cooperative College Ibadan, they submitted a budget of 1.5 billion naira to National Assembly. By the time the National Assembly will approve the budget, they inserted 46.9 billion into it. So they approved nearly $48 billion, over $48 billion naira. So what happened to the 46.9 billion? It is meant to be stolen. They are going to stay, it's going to the private pocket of thieves. Look at this one. A Federal Cooperative College, Oji River, in Imo, wrote a budget of 12.8 billion naira. Nigeria National Assembly injected 103.6 billion into it. Do you see that difference? Where do you think the 103.6 billion naira is going to? To private pockets. For a country that is not making any money. Most of the money borrowed But see the difference, 103.6 billion naira going into private pockets. And they will tell you to hang in there. Tinubu's reform is just coming together. You are currently going through a baby walk of pain. Every one of them is doing everything to kill themselves, all because they want to have access to your commonwealth. If anyone raises alarm, they will say they are the enemies of Nigeria who wants to cause problem in Nigeria. Sorry, Oji River, they say it's Enugu. Sorry, it's not Imo, it's Enugu, right? Thank you. And that is just true. I have shown you. In 2024 budget, these criminals inserted over 6 trillion naira. Do you know how much is 6 trillion naira? And for them to have access to that money, they had to go and borrow money from IMF, World Bank, who are also giving them conditions that says they must go and devalue your naira. And they don't care. Within a year or within 9 years, Nigeria naira lost more than 70% of its value. And it continues to lose it. But you think Nigeria has a chance with these guys? No. Anyway, I'll leave that for now because I just wanted to let that out. Whether you understand me or you don't understand me, well, that's okay. Posterity will be the judge at the end of the day. Talking about who is going to rescue you. There are some of you who believe that maybe politically, through elections, you can stop this rogue. Some are even suggesting that all the opposition should come together if they want to defeat Tifnumbu. I laugh. I do. I actually really laugh. Reason is this. The people who are going to organize your election, from the moment they are going to tell you who is registered to be able to vote, and those who have the voters card, and then after that, those who are going to have access to the ballot paper, if you make it that far. But there is more. Tifnumbu and his gang have already been promoting one party state in Nigeria. A lot of people kind of saw that coming. However, there was nothing they could do. So what happened now? Tifnumbu and his gang have infiltrated almost all the political parties you can have in that contraption. All of them. PDP, Labour Party, APGA, or name them. They've infiltrated everything. All road leads to just one man, Tifnumbu. So Labour Party wouldn't have any issue if not that it became a threat to the establishment last year. 8 months before 2023 elections, the movement called the Obedient Movement that swept through the Nigerian space, shook the establishment to its very core, the foundation. But nevertheless, the system, the establishment already planned, they already plan ahead, 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead, so to say. And the plan is not in any way to your own interest or in your interest. It is to the interest of these rogues, these small-minded people, individuals who wanted power. And you ask, if you are so brainy to infiltrate here and there for power, could you at least use it for the benefit of the people? Don't seize the power just because you want to punish the people. I mean, if you wanted power for some reason, right, it should be for the benefit of the people, I would say. But we know that's not the case. So 8 months before 2023 charade, that was the last one that seems like Tifnumbu overlooked. They did so well to ensure that the PDP is totally incapacitated, at least, with the help of Werewike, who is now fighting for his own political relevance as we speak, right? They didn't see that of a Labour Party or the Obedience coming. They laughed at them. They called them just 4 people tweeting inside the room until it almost kind of drowned all of them. And then they were like, okay, the lesson learned now. It will never happen again. But they are saying to themselves that it will never happen again. But some of you still feels like you're going to need an election to get rid of these guys. I right. Last 2 months, we've seen so much dramas within the Labour Party camp, where Julius Judas Abure and I mean suddenly became, maybe not suddenly, became the ally of the Lami Diot, Pampas, and then Arabambi Diot and Co. The people that were all out, right, to derail what was then the tribunal case between Obi and Teknumbu. There's nothing they didn't do. Almost every day they were always in your media houses then, almost every day. And they were all shouting Abure's name, until 2 months ago they became friends. And both of them were shouting Obi's name. That Obi and the rest, you obedient, only wanted to come and hijack their party. And they would do everything to stop you. Indeed, the court is on their side. Today, a court ruled, a federal high court ruled that Abure is your chairman. All that congress that you conducted in Uma here, and then waiting to, the one you nominated, what's her name again? Nenadi Usman as your acting chairman to now conduct a proper party congress that will now elect a new this and that. All of that now is now like out of the way. And that is exactly what it's going to be like until it is too late again for you to challenge this guy. So people can tell enough as it is today that the corrupt Abure, very, very corrupt man to the bone, is today the chairman of Labour Party. And as it stands, the man already made a declaration. Whether now Otio or Obio, none of them is getting your automatic party nomination anymore. So which means you, the obedient, you are back in the sack of Tifnumbu indirectly. So the obedient are now reacting. Obi should go and start his own political party. I say, ask Showore. He started his own political party. Ask him. When Amechi decided to actually, it was Amechi that they had to use, okay, to try and hijack the AAC from Showore. Everybody knows that Showore is the one that started AAC. At some point, he's their chairman. And guess what? Most of you became obedient later as members of the PDP. You were even laughing at Showore, that Showore is presidential candidate. Showore is also the party chairman of AAC. But the people that wanted to hijack AAC, they didn't need AAC. It felt like if it should become something that a lot of you kind of have a little bit of connection with, that would be a problem. Then there was no obedient, disobedient that then. It was all this revolution now. So it was meant to be a revolutionary party. But what did they do? They found somebody within who decided to suddenly turn on Showore. There was no name, they didn't call him. He became a guest of almost all media houses as well. Like Kapampa. This guy was like a superstar in some of their media houses, telling everybody, Showore is this, Showore is that, Showore is this, right? Meanwhile, he was just working for Amechi. Amechi didn't need the AC. He just wanted to make sure that Showore and all his tall dream of rallying all of you Nigerians together to have a revolutionary party and face these criminals never materializes. Amechi lost. The person they tried to use to hijack the party also lost, disappeared. We can't see Amechi today. We can't see the other guy today anymore. Showore is still there with his AAC, shouting revolution now, right? But the damage was already done, completed. Similarly with this, your Labour Party. So some are saying that he should go and start his own party, while others are saying that maybe he should be more violent with them. He must be ready. That's Obi. Obi must be ready to play the same politics with these guys. Like if they are bribing people, he must be willing to bribe them too. I read a lot of these things online. So when Abure was supposedly removed, and Nenadi Usman was supposed to be your acting chairman, I laughed. You can go and check the broadcast on this, the conversation around it on this platform. I laughed. That do you really think that's it? No. With the judiciary in Nigeria, the likes of Tifnumbu and Co, who are now in control of them, is a lost cause. That's why a lot of us keeps reminding you that you can start your own new political party times 10. It is not going to change anything. What you are going to achieve is that you are going to validate the any charade that they call out there. That's what you're going to achieve. You can participate in their fraudulent elections, right? And then turn around and say you want to start a revolution. They will automatically tell you that, oh, it's because you lost elections now. So rather than continue to mobilize yourself for elections because you can't even run for any political office without running through a political party. As it stands right now, you don't have any political party in Nigeria. You have Tifnumbu's segmented, compartmented group of rogues hibernating in different kind of groups you call political party today. It's all done. It's gone. It's concluded. Yeah? So why would anybody want to invest their time, energy, and resources in any of this only for you to only get the medal for participation, or is it called participation medal or participatory medal or trophy? They say, did you participate in 2023 elections? Say, yes, we were part of it. To the point that, yeah, Obi didn't become your president, right? However, Labour Party produced senators, reps, House of Assembly members. Today, you can't even find them. The entire system has swallowed them. They are now part of the yes men to Tifnumbu's state capture. But maybe when election is coming out, they begin to sound like they love Nigeria, patriotic, PDP, Labour Party, ABGA, and the NNPP, and the rest of them. They have all been swallowed by the entire system. So what are you going to get? You're going to go and get your voter's card. You are going to be jumping here and there, screaming, we must take our country back. We must, yeah. Meanwhile, what you're going to get is what? Participatory trophy. Showore has a clear with something that looks like a bit of a clear path that makes sense. Not elections. If the people want something different, truly, every one of them, Atiku, Obio, and then who is there? Kwakwan Sopo, and all of these guys parading themselves as alternative to Tifnumbu. The least they can do right now is to call all of their followers, if they have any, all of their supporters in their millions to occupy Nigeria and demand. Because number one, they cannot get anything through those rogues they sent to National Assembly anymore. Forget that. If they genuinely want something different, that if you have to invest your time with them, Showore already called it out. You don't have to like him. Forget that. Without you shutting down the entire country, demanding for a brand new constitution. Start with that, oh. I'm talking to those of you who are Nigerians now. Not you, the deluded ones who think all it takes is for them to march together. March together to do what? Run for election. No. It is time for them to actually call all of you and say it is time to occupy that contraption. And if you want to do it, you have to do it now. Not 2025, not 2026, not 2027. Now, if they genuinely are really different, you won't amend any constitution. You will demand, they will demand for a new constitution. You know why? They are the ones who want to rule Nigeria. If they want better thing for that contraption, for real, not just like they want power, so that they can replace these rogues and it can be their turn. No. They will shut down the entire country and demand for a brand new constitution, which would then be put into referendum. And from it, that's when you can have a better new electoral law or electoral rules, whatever it is you want to call it. Then you can then begin to talk about elections. But no, some of you probably don't even know that. They are doing amendment this, amendment that. Nobody want to get arrested. Nobody wanted to go to jail. Nobody wanted them, So you are deceiving yourselves. Go and start a new party. All you'll get is to what? To validate whatever Tifnumbu and his gang, Yakubu, is still going to be your INEC chairman in 2027. I hope you know that. He's still going to be the one to conduct any election for you. Is that what you want to get yourself involved in? Is that what you really want to do? So Abure and Co, they are the lackeys of Tifnumbu Sandu, handlers and all that, right? So what you're going to get at the end of it is that you are going to help them validate whatever it is that is going to be